Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. This is my inbox 38 video where I show some new and second-hand vinyl I got over the past month or so. Okay, this video is actually dominated by a certain act which I'll show at the end, but I'll start off with the new vinyl, and a big shout out to Passy for letting me know that this actually had been released again. This was a record store day release by Kirsty MacColl called Other People's Hearts, but it was in coloured vinyl. This has now got a release on black vinyl, and as soon as I finished watching his video on Kirsty MacColl, I went to Amazon and ordered it straight away. It's a collection of B-sides from 1988 to 1989, and it works so well as an album in its own right. Really good stuff. Two big cover versions here. You Just Haven't Earned It Yet Baby by the Smiths. A lot of people think this is a definitive version. I'm now tending to agree, although I always thought the Smiths version was better. I'm not so sure now. And El Paso, the Marty Robbins song. This girl was born to sing that song and she does it magnificently. But the album as a whole is really, really good, and I'm delighted to have it. So, Other People's Hearts for Kirsty MacColl. I recently bought a Paul Simon album, A Stranger to Stranger. It's not one of my favourites, but apart from that, my vinyl for Paul Simon ends at The Rhythm of the Saints. So I thought I would like the albums to complete the collection, but they're so expensive. But I managed to get two, one very cheap, which is this one in the blue light. Now this is his album of re-recording some songs that weren't quite as successful or weren't quite as famous, and I think deserves more credit. And it's not a bad album at all. None of the songs are better than the original, even though One Man's Ceiling is Another Man's Floor I thought was, until I went back and played the original, and I still think the original is better. I do like the later songs in this that are re-recorded, but it begs the question why. I thought he might have just concentrated on the earlier stuff. But yeah, Love is very good. Can't Run But I think is very good as well. It's quite a bit different to the Rhythm of the Saints version. But yeah, it's a good album. It only cost a tenner free postage, so that adds to my Paul Simon vinyl collection. And I also sought out this one, which was a full price album, but it wasn't overly expensive, and it is so beautiful, or so what, from 2011. And this is the one with Getting Ready for Christmas Day, which I think is a great little number, and Rewrite, which is also a great song. It's not a bad album, it's not one of his best, but it's really good to have on vinyl. Okay, we'll go into some of the second-hand ones, and these are add-ons. Whenever you buy an album on Discogs, you always look to see is there going to be any extra postage for any extra cheap albums you buy. And the first one is Melanie, Sunset and Other Beginnings. Now, I have a lot of Melanie albums. I tend to actually buy a lot of Melanie when I see her, but I don't play them very often, and I still yet haven't played this. So I didn't even know this existed, so I don't know any of the songs off this at all. But she does do a version of You Can't Hurry Love, which I think I've actually seen on YouTube. But yeah, I do like Melanie, but I just have to be in the mood for her. But for about £1.50 I was getting this. Another one which extends my Donna Summer collection, and it's She Works Hard for the Money, and it's got the title track as a single. I remember this so clearly in the charts. The other single was Unconditional Love with Musical Youth. This was her 1983 album, and yeah, I've played this once since I've got it. It's not bad. It's from 1983. That's where I think I end with Donna Summer, although I did buy the one that was Stock Aitken on Waterman because it was so cheap, but I don't like it. So I've always said Donna Summer in the 70s is hard to beat, and her early 80s stuff is not bad, but it's really the 70s that I like. This one here is Ralph Mctell and Spiral Staircase. Now, I do have a few Ralph Mctell albums. I bought this because I love the title track. I have it on like one of those cheapo greatest hits CDs, and this also features the original but not quite as good version of Streets of London. He re-recorded it in the mid-70s and had a huge hit with it. But this is good because it's got things like Daddy's Here, England 1914, Mrs. Adlam's Angels. These all get on to his early greatest hits, and again this was next to nothing, so I thought, yeah, why not. So Ralph McTell and Spiral Staircase. This one here was a bit of a punt, and it is Chris Montez, Let's Dance. Now I do love the rock and roll Let's Dance, but didn't realise this was re-recorded, and this is an early 70s album. So whenever I put it on, I thought, oh, this is not the single I have, it's not the famous Let's Dance, but I really enjoyed this album. It's just, it's summery, it's poppy, it is from the 70s, but it's decent enough. Mona Lisa's also on this, You're So Fine. A lot of the other songs I'd never heard of, but Come On Let's Go, the Richie Valens song. It's a decent album, but it's not the very, very early 60s rock and roll from Chris Montez. As I say, it is re-recorded. It's a brand new album and it's decent, so glad to get it, and it cost about 99p. This one here, I see a lot of Harry Nilsson on the VC, and I don't have any Harry Nilsson at all, and this was next to nothing as well, and I recognised the cover, A Little Touch of Schmielsen in the Night. I'm yet to play it, but I've heard bad things about this since I bought it. I've seen somebody else show this and say it's one of his worst, and I think it's all cover versions. Harry Nilsson is an artist I know nothing about apart from two songs, The Bad Fingers, Without You, and Everybody's Talking, and that's it. I know he was big buddies with John Lennon, but I will give this a spin. It's just, I don't know, I need to pluck up the courage. I don't really know why I bought it. It's just maybe I've heard so much about him, and then to hear that this is not the best, it's sort of put me off a bit. So A Little Touch of Schmielsen in the Night, who knows, I might love it. Okay, the next 9 albums, yes, 9 albums, I went completely mad. I said in the last inbox video that I was going to get more of this group on vinyl, and my god, I did. I went on to Discogs, I saw this seller. Now most of these, if not all of them, are 80s reissues, but they are in mint condition, and they were about £5 to £7 each, and I bought a whole dose of them. And then I went on to a different seller who was selling the same, had quite a few of these albums as well, and I bought a few of them, and they are in mint condition as well. So I'm going to race through the Beverly Brothers, and this is their first album, the Beverly Brothers. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. What a debut. It has the 2 big hits, Bye Bye Love and Wake Up Little Susie, but they're not even my favourite songs. My 2 favourite songs on this are I Wonder If I Care As Much, which I think is absolutely wonderful, and Should We Tell Him, with the humming in it. I think it's just a fantastic song. Why do we never hear that much about the Everly Brothers and the VC? I don't understand. Surely they're one of the best duos ever, and if you're from America you should be shouting these guys out. These are brilliant, and this is an absolutely fantastic album, and the 2 guys on the motorbike look so damn cool. So the Everly Brothers debut album. Now I do have a lot of these albums on CD, so I am aware of them, and the next one I got was A Date with the Everly Brothers, and I love the song Made to Love in this, and Love Hurts and Lucille is also on this, and one of the best singles of the 60s, Kathy's Clown. Absolutely fantastic album, A Date with the Everly Brothers. And then we have Both Sides of an Evening, and this is the one with Muskrat on it. My Grandfather's Clock, which I always like, this good song, and Don't Blame Me, another Warner Brothers classic album by the Everlys. These Warner Brothers earlier albums are really, really good, and as I say, these are 80s reissues, but they are in absolute tip-top condition. Next one is Rock and Soul, where they do sort of rock and roll numbers like Maybelline, That'll Be the Day. Love Hurts is also on this again, Slipping and Sliding. It's decent. It's not as good as the previous ones, but it's a decent album and it's good to have. And the one that goes along with that is Beaten Soul, and this is the one with Love Is Strange, which I think was a decent enough hit for them over here. CC Rider, which I think Elvis Presley did all the time. The Girl Can't Help It. Yeah, again, not as good as the earlier ones, but it's still a decent album. And then we have Gone, Gone, Gone. I told you I went mad with these. And Gone, Gone, Gone itself, I think, was a single here. The Ferris Wheel certainly was. Donna Donna, The Dropout, decent album. Not as good as the earlier one. The first 4 or 5 Beverly Brothers, Warner Brothers albums are magnificent. And I haven't heard the second Cadence one, or is it Cadence? The songs are Daddy Taught Us. But the first album, the debut album, was brilliant. But this is actually very good as well. I played this, you know, and it's just pure Beverly Brothers. And a few more actually, and I haven't played this yet, and this is the Beverly Brothers Sing Great Country Hits. Old Lonesome Me, Born to Lose, Release Me, I Walk the Line, Sweet Dreams. So I know the songs, I just have not heard their versions yet, so I look forward to playing that. And I haven't played this. These are the most recent ones to arrive. I haven't even put them in polyline sleeves yet, or outer sleeves. And this is In Our Image, and I know absolutely nothing about this at all, apart from the song The Price of Love, which was a big hit for them over here, and it was also a decent sized hit for Brian Ferry as well in 1976 or 75. So yeah, look forward to this one too. And the last one, which I have played, and I think this is magnificent, and it's from the later 60s, and it's Two Yanks in England, and this is just a great album. They do a version of Pretty Flamingo. Somebody Help Me is great. I've Been Wrong Before, So Lonely, Kiss Your Man Goodbye, The Collector. It's a really, really good album. It is of the time. It's more contemporary of that time rather than their own sound, but it is unmistakably the Everly Brothers as well. So this is a great album. So Two Yanks in England. So that, I think, was 9 Everly Brothers that I bought over the past month, and I really have been enjoying them. I've been doing little compilation CDs for the car. Great stuff. Okay, hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.